Yo, we get to the main card, and I gotta tell y'all, man.
Opening fight?
I was disappointed in Rolly and Manuel. Disappointed in both those gentlemen.
Why?
I want to shout out the guy that tried to explain to us who Manuel was at the press conference.
Oh, yeah.
Call credit to you, man. He just seemed like a perfect opponent for Rolly Romero.
Yeah.
But I wanted Rolly to get the knockout.
Yeah.
I don't know how many fights I've seen Rolly go the distance like that. He's not really a distant fight.
Jackson Mourinho.
Yeah, well, I thought he robbed that guy. Shout out to Rolly. I guess he won last night. But
No, he won.
Yeah, but it's not. It did nothing for him.
He can I say he underperformed or just I don't know.
Didn't make a statement.
Well, just plainly put, seems like he didn't know how to set. He doesn't know how to set up the things he used to be able to do.
This for 3 fights.
Yeah, didn't seem like he knows how to set it up.
Yeah,
we got the big overhand rights and I was like, yo, keep throwing it.
He buzzed it one time.
Yeah, keep throwing it, but like there's nothing in front of it to set it up.
He's just throwing it.
And then whenever somebody comes after him, he's bouncing out of the ring to get away and taking himself out of range and things of that nature. Then he likes to sit down and he tricks me every time. He likes to sit down and pull back like this, like he about to throw this like mean counter right, and then it never comes. And I'm like, I'll get drawn in too, like you know what I mean? So
a couple times.
Yeah. So, but I felt like he underperformed. If I had advice for Rolly today, I would say keep working with Silas and believe in what he's teaching you. He's teaching you how to put the fundamentals, how to add how to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how to do that fast math that we have to do in fights, and trust it, believe in it, and then take that, and he'll be all right. It seems like his health is intact.
I never noticed it from you. Is PTSD the real thing in boxing? Like when
you said you never noticed this from me.
Yeah, you would just get your ass back up and fight. Just keep going. I'm Shawn Porter no matter what.
That, as far as I know.
Because it's like he never been the same Rolly since that Tank knockout.
And I love using the car crash analogy. Yeah. When you go into a car crash, the next time you look at a yellow light and you going through it, it's like you tense up. Yeah. The butt cheek puckers, you know what I mean?
It's
like
hard for me to fall asleep in the passenger seat because car accidents in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So to me, it's the same thing in the boxing ring. Once you've felt that impact and that collision, it's almost like sometimes you see it coming when it's not, or you're so hesitant, you timing the green light turning yellow. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And to me, that's what it looks like to Rolly. For me to Rolly, it looks like
that's a new one.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, but it looked like he's on green, and then out of nowhere he sees a yellow light, and he just almost freezes or almost stops or just slows down and doesn't, But the other side of that,
he used to run red lights.
Yeah, exactly. and
that means a lot of stuff in life.
Yeah. And Manuel, man, he didn't do enough to me, man. I was disappointed in the kid. Yeah. I knew it coming in. I was like, yo, this is a perfect opponent for Rolly to show off and, get back to being that one-hitter quitter kind of guy.
Man.
That's to me is what he needed to stay at that top elite level. His name and the fact that people are still looking forward to seeing him in press conferences and in big fights and stuff like that are going to keep him where he's at the moment. But another fight like this where it's pretty dry, you're not landing anything big, and you bouncing so far out of the way that you won't let anybody else land anything. Is boxing ain't gonna take too many more of those.
True, and I think Jaimes definitely respected the power. That was part of why, obviously, he didn't take too many chances in the exchanges.
Yeah,
where there's always opportunities there against Rolly when he opens up, but he didn't want to risk getting knocked out. So we got and then Rolly is still, like you said, and not the same since the Tank fight. He began to gain some confidence as the fight went on. He let go of his. Shawn talked about the overhand right. He likes to shoot the uppercut from too far out and then try to run you into the left hook. He started letting that go, but I question how much. I think Rolly's a puncher, but he hasn't been able to detonate the bomb on the target clean in a minute. So we don't know what the power really is like at 140. He's been hitting guys clean on the button with his shots. And I don't think if he keeps, I know you said keep improving under Salas.
Well, I go a step further. Get off social media. This is right here is going to keep you where you're at. And for the sake of 1,000 views on the podcast, I will tell every fighter, don't watch podcast shows, don't watch social media because
unless it's PorterWay Podcast.
Unless it's the PorterWay Podcast. But I do my best to be respectful and kind and things of that nature. But
Also
at the same time, with my honesty, I try to bring the real. And somebody like Rolly will go to the gym and train with Silas and then end up on social media and hear somebody say something, and that's locked into what's going on, and it fades out what's going on with Silas. I'm just telling y'all what I know from a psychological standpoint. I know that to be true. Something great will happen and then something bad will happen, and it's like you forgot what great happened because you're so focused on the negative. It's just how we are. I'm not a negative person, neither are you. So we let go of the negative stuff really quickly, but everybody's not like that. You know what I mean?
On the other hand,
yeah, you soft, man. Like, you know, mess around. He didn't get the views he wanted on the show.
I heard.
Almost quit the show and then got 500,000 and said, "Oh, I can keep going."
What did I say? I was quitting the show.
He's gonna quit his own show.
He was gonna quit his own show.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just threw that on.
Okay.
But he really did, audience. But
It's been 3 or 4 years since he had a knockout. We ain't call
Anthony
him.
Yiggett.
Yeah, we ain't call him. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Come on.
Yeah.
That was Tony Weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
No, but
You went right past that one.
Yeah, we ain't doing
but
that.
Sean, you mentioned like him keep growing under Salas. I don't think he's not going to beat a Ryan Garcia, maybe like Rayo Valenzuela, those kind of guys that. And I mentioned those guys because those are realistic fights for him. He has a very realistic chance of fighting those guys.
Yeah.
But do you think, because this is the only way he could pull off a Ricardo Mayorga, Vernon Forrest type of upset, is if he's still got a it's me or you in him. And that is so much easier said than done from where I am sitting. I know that. And boxing doesn't even really work that way.
That's exactly what it is, though.
But if he still has a it's me or you, it kind of 4-round, 5-round game plan. I'm not. He didn't even do that against Tank. He tried to fight smart. He kept Tank on the end of his jab and fought well doing that actually up until a certain point. But if he's got a it's me or you, look, are you either going to put me out or I'm going to put you out? Then maybe he could still be a long shot with a puncher's chance against a Ryan Garcia, someone like that, right?
100.
But if he fights the way he's been fighting since the Tank fight, he has no chance. He even robs himself of the puncher's chance. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's a chance he's still got a it's me or you in him?
Shout out to Andre Ward, Andre Berto, and Andre Dorrell. They just started the podcast show on the All the Smoke platform. I'm super, super excited about that. Got a chance to catch up with those guys. I would love to invite the three of them in with us and us do a round table type of discussion. That being said, I sat at the round table with Andre.
Don't make it a 3-on-3 tag match. You would need two better. I mean,
I sat at a round table discussion with Andre Ward, and he mentioned Tyson Fury being crazy, and after he mentioned Tyson Fury being crazy, he said all of us have to be crazy. Yeah. You have to be a little crazy to do this. Now listen, here's the thing. As you get older, you become a little sane, a little more sane. Yeah.
As they said,
a little more civilized.
Yes.
And some things you used to be numb to, some things that used to didn't matter, somehow they matter again. Usually it's when you get hurt, Usually when you had your first girlfriend and you like, I don't care if she leave me, then when she leave you in your room by yourself, like you hurt. You didn't know that you could hurt like this. Now you're sane. Now you're conscious to being hurt. Same thing in the boxing ring. So I feel like, that crazy that Rolly used to have, that thing done went from, it used to be up in the 90s.
Straight uncouth.
Yeah, it's got to be in the 40s. It's got to be in the 40s for him, and it ain't enough, because now you need a stylist. Because if you're not crazy, now you got to be a little more precise and things of that nature. So we'll see, man. How do you get the crazy back? how do you get the crazy back?
Bring Bullet back? I don't know.
It's a good question.
I don't know. Yeah.
I like the question.
Yeah, it's a hell of a question, right?
Um,
How do you get the crazy back?
go.
Ain't enough money in this world to make you crazy.
Yeah.
You just look crazy. Like for instance, if they, just a hypothetical rematch with Tank, and he takes the rematch and people's like, yo, you crazy for taking that rematch. Well, the money they offering me, yeah, you look crazy for taking that rematch, but you're not crazy enough to get in there and do everything that needs to be done. So I don't know, man. I like the, last thing for me on Rolly, his energy has, in the last 2 to 3 years, has kind of like
subsided.
It's kind of taking me back a little bit. But my man came out to Lupe Fiasco Switch, and I'm a big Lupe fan. I heard through the grapevine he's a big Lupe fan, and I was like, yo, maybe we could rock. Like maybe we could just cool out, and as long as Lupe rocking, like we'd be all right. But he also came out and he got Rolly on the shorts, like
Bruce Lee.
I like what he.
That was clean.
I like the presentation.
Always.
I like the presentation. So a little bit more on the back end of that, and might have something.
Maybe y'all can hang out or something.
Maybe you just shook your head.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
so
it's not gonna work because it's very hard to hang out with Shawn Porter. Everybody.
is it?
I mean, you cool, but I've seen people.
How is it hard to hang out?
Rolly would surprise people with his good heart. He he wished everybody a happy Easter.
Yeah.
Esau food. It was nice of him.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good night, but he wanted to tell us happy Easter.